You've been following Windows Central over the last few months. You've seen our coverage of the Microsoft launcher for Android. If you've never seen it in action, today I'll give you a quick review and show you what it's all about. Stay tuned. Okay, here's a quick look at the home screen launcher. So this is my version, of course, running on a Razer phone. If you haven't checked out my other video on my favorite 3 Android phones, go do that after this one. It's a pretty good recommendation. But as you can see here, we have a little widget up here with the time, and if you tap it, it takes you to the system clock, and if you tap the weather, it opens up to this. Now, it's not super detailed weather. You probably want maybe still a third-party app if you want more detail, but it gives you a basic overview, and of course, you can set a bunch of things there. Other than that, you do have your basic start screen here, or I should say app launcher, and you have folders. You can put things in them. You can adjust all the sizes through settings. We also have this cool search bar here. So a couple things: when you tap to search, it goes into a system search, and it can also search the web, which is pretty clever. You can also assign that to a gesture. I'll talk about that a little bit later. Tapping this icon is a built-in QR scanner, which I find very useful to have that. And if you tap this little icon here, you get Cortana, who is now going to be listening to me. And this is the new Cortana experience, which I really like. I think it looks really sharp. Now, if you don't use any of that, it's just a widget. You can remove it. Down here in the dock, pretty familiar. You put your system icons here. This is also very configurable. You can actually put widgets in here now, or you can put multiple icons and change the sizes of them. You could also even put app folders in there. So for instance, on my games, I could drag that down there as well. So very configurable. If you slide this up, you even get more options there and a bunch of quick actions, which I find actually a little bit redundant from the notification drawer, but still you can do a lot of cool stuff here, like the airplane mode, turn on your Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, and the system lock for portrait or landscape. Going to the settings for launcher, there are a ton of them. I don't want to cover all of them, otherwise we'll be here all day, but you can log in with your Microsoft account, and that's really cool because if you do that, you can back up and restore all your system settings for the launcher. That's very good if you're moving to a new Android phone later on. You can just download your current setup. It'll save you a lot of time. You also see the ability here to change your wallpaper, and that's a really good system opportunity there because you pick your wallpaper, and then it also lets you choose if you want to do it for your home screen, your lock screen, or both. I always found Android a little weird with setting the lock screen image. This makes it a lot easier. It's a lot more straightforward. You also have things here like personalization, including recent settings, to-do settings, and all this other stuff. There's a lot going on in here. Microsoft has added constantly a ton of new features here, and you can spend half a day kind of going through this stuff. Looking at gestures, you get a lot of options here as well. Swipe up for dock, swipe up, swipe down, 2-finger swipe up, you have double tap. So you can do all sorts of things. These are all configurable, so you tap it and it gives you all the options through your system. Under settings, you also have the ability here for Cortana, including connected services, set Cortana as voice input and search, and more. Now, a note about Cortana. Obviously, I'm going to see a lot of comments telling me it's not available in your country, and obviously that's a big problem with Microsoft. And that continues here. If Cortana is not in your country, you won't have this option. Boo-hoo, I'm sorry, but there's actually a solution here. I want to give it to you guys. It's real quickly. Go under General Settings and go to Language System, and if you choose English, it will now work for you, and you'll have Cortana and all those options, which is pretty nifty. What's really nice about that is you're not changing your system for English. That is the whole Android phone, which of course affects the keyboard and date and all that kind of other stuff. It's only the launcher, so it's a really quick and painless way to sort of hack and get Cortana on your device. So go ahead and try that. Speaking of Cortana, let me show you another instance of where that is integrated. When we swipe over here, we get the feed, and it's actually one of my favorite features. We've seen some other launchers do this in the past too. So we have the search bar again up here. You see it says, "Good afternoon, Daniel." This is pulling in from my Microsoft account. It gives me a nice little summary of today's weather, events. I have my calendar here. And if this little guy is riding a bicycle, I don't have anything immediately, but I do have other options over here. Shows my current calendar. Really nice setup. Here is Cortana. Now, nothing fancy. It just shows you how can I help and some suggestions of things you can say. Every once in a while, a new message will appear here saying like connect your email account for more stuff, or you have the microphone, which again brings up Cortana. So not a huge integration, but still kind of a cool way to learn how to use Cortana on this device. Scrolling down here, you see I have Fitbit and Shazam. Now that's because you can put any widget you want here in this area, and you can even resize it. So I hit this little ellipsis and I can hit resize widget, and you can see I can make it really big, I can make it really small, so I can adjust it to however I want, and that I find super useful. Over here we have notes, which is another useful feature. So tapping this icon allows you to type in a quick memo to yourself, which is very useful, or you can dictate it. Blue is my favorite color. Now, if you want to do more stuff here, there is a way to customize the feed. So this is all your current things that you have, and you can, of course, change the order of those. There are also these hidden cards. So you have things like news, recent activities, frequently used apps, people, or documents, or you can add your own widget. So a lot of flexibility there. Now, I didn't show you the news card, and that's because I put it here, but then I actually added it to a separate page. So I scroll over here, I have all my news, which is really cool. If I just pull to refresh, it'll bring in all news stories, and I can just scroll through here, bring up anything I want, tap this story here, and I'll open up in the news, and it's going to bring down the story. And it's just a very useful feature to have while you're on the go. It's basically MSN News. You can also configure all the topics there, so it won't show you sports if you're not interested in sports. All right, let's talk a little bit about who this launcher is for. Obviously, if you're into Microsoft's ecosystem, including Outlook, Cortana, MSN News, and Bing, well, this is a really good launcher. And what I really like about this launcher is it's fast, it's quick, it's fluid. You can even go to a high performance mode, which is kind of neat. It just lowers the animation stuff. And it's just kind of fun to use. It's also smart because Microsoft is not forcing the Windows Phone paradigm onto Android, which I know some of you are going to tell me that's what they should be doing, but I kind of disagree. I think Windows Phone as a UI was good for Windows Phone, but bringing that to Android is only skin deep. Instead, what Microsoft is doing is bringing their own design aesthetic to Android, but with a twist. It's still adopting a lot of what Android does, but brings some unique Microsoft features. But overall, I really like Microsoft Launcher. It's not just me saying that. It has currently a 4.6 rating on the store from over 460,000 reviews, and it currently has over 10 million downloads, so it seems to be pretty popular. Now, there are a lot of good launchers for Android, so obviously you have to choose one you like. And by the way, in case you're going to ask, I'm using Viral Icons. I know a lot of people like my icon set, so go download it for free. But yeah, you can do a lot with this as well as other ones out there. Go choose the one you like the best. But if you're coming from Windows Phone or you like Microsoft's ecosystem, this is a pretty solid product. So there's a quick review, the Microsoft Launcher for Android. Now pay attention to Windows Essentials. We'll continue covering this app over the next few months when it gets updated. We'll do another video if another major update comes out. If you like this video, give us a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching. Take care, everybody. Major update out there. If you like this video, give us a thumbs up and leave us a comment below. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned. Stay off. That's what happens when your brain goes on automatic mode. And plus I changed it up a little bit there, that's what happened.